What's up, Michigan fans? Welcome back to the Maize and Bluebeard podcast, where we talk all things Michigan football, basketball, and all Michigan sports. I'm Chris. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to talk about some Michigan athletics with me today. You can see here what we're going to get into. So without further ado, let's go blue and let's get to it. So members of the Michigan Wolverines basketball team are bringing home some hardware as they prep for the Big Ten tourney and the NCAA tourney. It was announced. We all thought it was coming, and now we know for sure. Yaxel Lindenborg is the Big Ten Player of the Year. Well deserved. Yaxel was such a good player coming in, but he grew so much throughout the year, added so much more to his game, and he had such an impact on Michigan and their team. Just a fantastic player. Well deserved. I'm happy for him and glad that he won, but he wasn't the only one to win some honors. Dusty May was the Big Ten Coach of the Year by the media. Of course, Nebraska's Fred Hoiberg was the voted Big Ten Coach of the Year, voted on by his peers. And not surprising, for whatever reason, some coaches are rubbed the wrong way by Dusty May, which I think is just ridiculous. It's probably some good old boys stuff going on, but whatever. He's a fantastic coach, and Nebraska had a great year, and Hoiberg's a great coach as well. So I don't have a problem with it. But pretty awesome. Yaxel Lindenborg is the first Michigan basketball player to win Big Ten Player of the Year since Nick Stauskas in 2013-14 season, and Dusty May is the first one to win Big Ten Coach of the Year since Juwan Howard in the 2020-2021 season. And of course, Dusty May gave his staff the flowers for him winning Big Ten the Coach of the Year. He's just a humble, awesome dude. Here's what he had to say when asked about the recognition. He said, "I could go on for the next 3 or 4 hours talking about those guys. Just like our players, that's our staff's superpower as well, to see how well they work together. We work together, how we support each other, how we live in our strengths. We bring our own unique thing to the table and then try to improve our weaknesses, but it's very similar to our players. They're all overqualified for the position they're in. They're all probably underpaid market value for what they bring, and they've all outperformed their contracts as well. They're very deserving of the success we're having, and whatever's next for them is well earned, and they've been awesome. You could go down the line, ask our players, ask their families. There's constant feedback, daily improvement. There's a real investment in developing human potential in our program." I mean, dude, the dude's awesome. Why would you not want to go there and play for this guy or go coach with him? Just incredible. Well deserved. Congratulations to Dusty May as well. But that's not all either. Ade Mara won Big Ten's Defensive Player of the Year award, which we all could see every game when he got into foul trouble and was out, the impact he made on defense. And I love watching him just swat shots away like King Kong, just knock him out of there. It's awesome. He did a great job. So congratulations to Ade Mara. He also shared all defensive team nods with Lindenborg and Morez Johnson. Morez Johnson was also named to the All Big Ten second team by the media and third team by coaches. Mara was also a third team honoree per both coaches and media. So it's pretty impressive that Michigan has 3 defensive players bringing home defensive awards and honors like this. 3 in one season. Michigan has only had 3 total in the last 20 years, which was Xavier Simpson, Captain Hook, 2018-19, Jordan Morgan, 2012-2013, and Ekpe Udo, 2007-2008. So 20 years almost that they had 3 defensive award winner players, and now they got 3 just in this season. Awesome stuff. But that's not all. Michigan's guards took home some hardware as well. Trey McKinney was named to the all-freshman team. He had a shot to get Freshman of the Year honors in the Big Ten, but Illinois' guard Keaton Wagler got that, and I have no problem with that. He's a superstar. He's awesome. And point guard Elliot Cadeau was honorable mention All Big Ten performer by the media. So fantastic season for Michigan. So good to see so many of them winning awards and getting recognized for their play. That's well deserved. We have a fantastic team full of great players, and it's just awesome to see. So Michigan, of course, plays Friday. We're not sure who they're going to play yet, but we know which of the three teams it will be, as Maryland defeated Oregon last night to move on. They will take on Iowa. The winner of that game will take on Ohio State, and the winner of that game will play Michigan. So Michigan's going to play either Ohio State, Iowa, or Maryland come Friday. So we'll see who it is. Get excited. Congrats to all the Michigan players. Congrats to Dusty May and his coaching staff. What a season, and what a way to cap it off with some well-earned recognition. Go Blue. Get excited for Friday. So I've talked about two quarterbacks that I would love Michigan to recruit for next season for the 2027 recruiting class, not this upcoming season, but the next recruiting, rotation class, whatever, 2027. And my main guy is Camden Lapati, but I also really love Dane Weber. So recently, On3 and the Wolverine did a little thing they do sometimes saying, here's some reasons why this player will sign with Michigan. Here's some why they might not. And they did that with these two quarterbacks. So I thought it was really interesting and wanted to share it with you because I'm hoping they sign them both. But there's a lot of teams interested in these guys because they're really good. So let's start with Lapati. I think the guy that I'm most excited about. So let's start with why he could pick Michigan. So of course he lives in Utah. His high school is a few miles away. He has spent a lot of time with Kyle Whittingham and some of the members of his staff, including Jason Beck. He's built a relationship with him. He was at Utah, learning from them, watching film, doing all these things as a high schooler. So that counts for something. So that is important. And he was one of the first recruits that Kyle Whittingham reached out to with interest after taking over at Michigan. So that also means a lot. So all that is very helpful. And Coy Detmer Jr., the quarterback coach for Utah before Michigan, was also heavily involved and developed a relationship with Lapati. So that is fantastic, and it works in their favor. But there are some reasons why it may not work out. So he is visiting in April, but he's visiting somewhere else in March, and that is Notre Dame, who's really coming on strong, and he has a lot of interest in Notre Dame as well. So they are going to be someone that we're going to be in a battle with for Lapati, so we have to keep an eye on. So we'll see what happens when they have their multi-day meeting with him, visit, and we'll have our multi-day visit, and we'll see which one he picks. And of course, don't discount Illinois, who he signed early with, and had interest in and felt loyal to, but is opening things up and seeing what else there is. You never know. He obviously liked them in the first place, so we'll see how it all shakes out. But I do think Michigan could have the edge because of the relationship with Whittingham, Jason Beck, and Coy Detmer Jr., to kind of know how their offense works, to see himself in it, and to have a relationship with the three biggest parts that you're going to work with at a school already is definitely huge. But so we'll see with him, but that could be it. He's got another big time school that's interested in him and that he's interested in that could, be up against for Michigan, depending on how their quarterback room looks, how quick he thinks he could start, all of those things. We'll see how that shakes out. Now, the other one is Dane Weber. And both of these quarterbacks are Rivals 300. They are both 4-star quarterbacks, and it could end up being 5-star when all is said and done. But let's talk about why Weber could pick Michigan. Again, Utah was his first big-time Power 4 scholarship. They visited him, and then Michigan staff, once they got to Michigan, after Peter Bork decommitted, they quickly offered him, which made him feel important and realize that they still love him or still interested in him, which is awesome. He's excited about his trip to Ann Arbor, but he has a lot of interest as well. He's mentioned that Beck's system is an ideal fit for him, which is always good to hear. So those are all great things. But here's where he could have some problems. Same thing. He is visiting Michigan, but before that, he's going to visit the Trojans. And he is from California, and it's kind of tough when you live in California. That's where you play ball, and the hometown team USC is coming for you and interested in you. So they're one to watch out for. Of course, he's visiting them first before he comes to Michigan, just like Lopati's going to Notre Dame first before Michigan. So we'll see how it all shakes out. And of course, that's not the only ones. Cal, UCLA, they're all interested. So it's going to really depend on how close to home he wants to stay. I think Lopati is fine moving because he's interested in Illinois, Notre Dame, and Michigan. It's just going to be fit how he feels when he's on campus, looking at the roster, his opportunity to start and play eventually. And then Dane Weber, a big part is just going to be, is he really going to want to leave California, or is he going to want to stay there with all those West Coast colleges interested in him? So we'll see what happens. But I thought this was interesting, and it was a good breakdown to look at the things Michigan is working in their favor, but a good reminder that they're not the only teams out for these guys. They're very good, and there's a lot of competition. So we're going to see how it shakes out. But there's a lot of good quarterbacks out there. So, and we have a lot of good quarterbacks already on our team. So it's not the end of the world. But if they could get one of these guys, it would be fantastic. If they could get two, yeah, even better. Now let's talk about some other Michigan sports. First, let's talk about hockey, who are going to kick off the Big Ten tournament tonight against Notre Dame. They will be playing Notre Dame at home at Yost Arena at 7 p.m. and it'll be on Big Ten Plus. So check it out if you're excited for some Big Ten tournament hockey. Michigan should have a nice tune-up game here. They're a very good team, and Notre Dame had a rough year. Notre Dame, of course, went 9-22-5. Michigan went 26-7-1. So there you go. This should be a great game. Should be fun. Hopefully, Michigan kind of just tunes up, gets ready, flexes their muscles, looks good, feels good, builds some confidence going into the rest of the week. But that's tonight. Michigan baseball was victorious in their home opener over Western Michigan. They won 3-2 in kind of a close pitching match. And Noah Miller brought home a pair of runners in the first inning. And then Slade Moore pitched 1 2/3 scoreless innings to pick up his first career win. Evan Hager had a couple of doubles, so they had a pretty good game. Michigan moves to 9-6. They've won 2 in a row, and they will be back in action this weekend with their first Big Ten series as they play UCLA, who is the number 1 team in the country. So this should be a good one. The first game will be Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. They're going to be on the road at UCLA. So it'll be 10 p.m. Eastern time here. And of course, it's going to be on Big Ten Plus. So I'm looking forward to see how they stack up. They played really well against some high-ranked teams to start the year. So it'll be interesting to see how they do against the number 1 team and to start off Big Ten play. I mean, what better a barometer could you get to start off but against the number 1 team in your conference and in the country? Should be a great way to see where Michigan's at and how the rest of the year might be going. Now it's time for the question of the day results. I ask a question of the day every day, so if you haven't voted today, make sure to head to the community tab after this video and vote. So yesterday, I asked, will Michigan add anyone else in the transfer portal? Of course, in my video yesterday, I talked about a graduate transfer from Lehigh, Mason Moore, a great safety that Tyler Stockton has connections to, that he reached out to. Could he be coming to Michigan? Could there be other graduate transfer players coming? Could there be players sitting out there without a team that could be helpful for Michigan that they'll bring in this spring? We'll see, and that's what the question of the day was. So you could choose from your answer being, yes, they will just bring in some graduate transfers, or they will bring in only players without a team, no graduate transfers. Or you could say both. They'll bring in both. They'll bring in some players with no team. They'll bring in some players that are graduate transfers. Or, nah, they're done. They're done. They ain't bringing out anybody else in. Results are in, and here they are. As you can see here, the winner was both. Second place was graduate transfers. I think that's a fair breakdown. It would be surprising if they brought in nobody else at all before the season started, or before fall camp kicks off and stuff. Or it would be odd if they only brought in players that have kind of been sitting out there for a while anyway and ignored graduate transfers. So I think that's a fair breakdown. I think they will bring in both, but for sure they'll bring in some graduate transfers. There's going to be some guys that can help them that will be available in the coming weeks and months. So keep an eye out, and I'll be sure to let you know. Thanks everybody that voted, and if you haven't voted again, remember, go vote now. That's going to do it for this episode of the Maize and Bluebeard podcast. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I always look forward to doing these videos and getting to chat with you guys. If it's your first time here and you had fun, consider subscribing. We're on our way to 1,000 subs, and when we get there, we're going to do a live stream celebration, and you'll see my beard dyed maize and blue. Also, make sure to hit the like button. Helps the channel grow by sending this video out to more people, telling YouTube that it's worth watching, and they'll keep sending it out so we can find more Michigan fans to add to this community. And please leave a comment. I respond to everyone, and I look forward to talking to you down in the comments. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. And until I do, as always, go blue.